Welcome to Enzyme Notes number 2, starting with something called substrate. That's right, folks. Substrate. What is it? Well, check it out. Substrate is the substance or the reactant an enzyme acts on. I'm going to show you in picture form here. Check it out. This is the enzyme. Notice I said before that it really matters the shape of these enzymes. Okay? Here is the substrate. The substrate has to fit into the enzyme in order to catalyze it. Remember, if it catalyzes it, it makes it go faster. So it's got to be able to fit in there. The old term used to be lock and key. Like you stick the key in the lock and it fits. That's what it used to be. They don't really use it anymore. I think it still works. So take a look at it. Right? Fits in that shape, that opening right there, like a lock and key. So another term that corresponds with the lock and key method is the active site. And the active site is the region of an enzyme which binds to the substrate. And I'll show you the picture again. And you need to write this picture down, draw it, sketch it somewhere so you know exactly what I'm talking about when we talk about lock and key. Right? The active site is right in here, where the enzyme or the substrate is going to touch the enzyme. That's where it's located, right? It's right in there. That's what it does. So make sure you have this labels, everything in there labeled like this: substrate, enzyme, active site, little sketch so that the pieces fit in together and you understand that. It's really important. All right, so make sure you get this enzymatic reaction written down. Up here you see the substrate, which we'll call sucrose. All right, it's a sugar. It looks like this little rectangle here. The enzyme, which we'll call sucrase. Now, when we put the two together, it's called an enzyme substrate complex. So you want to write down the terms, you want to put the little sketches underneath it, and you want to write the finished one at the bottom there. Here are your products. Move myself out of the way for you there. The products are glucose, which everyone knows is C6H12O6. Everyone should know that. And fructose, which is another sugar, plus sucrase. That's what we got going on. That's an enzymatic reaction. So here's the cycle of the enzyme. You'll see lots of terms we already discussed. If you look over here, my mouse here, we've got the active site, where it touches. We've got the enzyme. And we said before that the substrate has to fit into the enzyme. Lock and key. This even looks like a key. It looks like a key. Remember it. Okay, right there. Look. Where's my mouse go? There it is. Then it fits in there. It comes through here. And now it's separated into glucose and fructose. That's all that happens in enzymes. You got this. So what affects enzyme activity? Well, there's a couple things. One, environmental conditions. You know, what's the enzyme set up in? Is it beneficial for the enzyme to react? Or is it too acidic? That kind of stuff. Enzyme inhibitors. Competition for the enzyme. I'm going to show you that in a second. The environmental conditions for enzymes are very specific. Let me move myself over here for you. They are temperature. An increase in temperature speeds up chemical reactions to a point. Very, very high temperatures do something called denature the enzyme. Remember, enzymes are proteins. At high temperatures, proteins unravel and start to die, which is why when you have a very high fever, when you're a little kid, like 103, 104, it's very dangerous to the proteins in your brain. That's how you have to remember it. That's why fevers are dangerous. And in pH, most enzymes like the pH of 6 to 8. Right in that range is environmentally excellent for enzymes. Okay, enzyme inhibitors. Competitive enzymes inhibitors are chemicals that resemble the enzyme and try to get into the active site. They compete with it. So look, right? That's what it's supposed to look like. The substrate thinks it's going to fit in there. Here's the competitive inhibitor. All right, this is the one that's supposed to be in here. We did that one already. It's supposed to go, but this guy's like, hey, I got some sort of, I look kind of the same. Let me try to get in there. Competitive inhibitor tries to get in there to the enzyme, which takes time away from this one trying to catalyze the enzyme and speed up the reaction. So it can happen. Well, folks, that's it for this section as well. All right, so now you know that part 1 and part 2 of the enzyme notes. We'll do some activities that correlate with what we learned. This is always available for you, but make sure you take these notes down in separate sheets to help you out. Hope to see you soon. Take care.